Hello, I'm Felix.
I'm Rob. I'm Mike. I'm Aiden.
And I'm Lewis.
And welcome to Peace Out Podcast number 2. Selamat datang di podcast Peace Out kedua.
Goedemiddag dames en heren en welkom to the Peace Out podcast.
Welkom dames en heren. Welkom op deze podcast. Bonjour monsieur et madame et bienvenue à notre podcast.
欢迎你们在 Peace Out 播客。
Hello and welcome to the Peace Out podcast.
Yay!
Yay!
In this podcast, we're going to be discussing the Throne of Peace Out contest, which is ongoing, I hope. We have a member interview with the one and only Lewis Hammond. We have mock reviews, which are going to be specially focused on the Halloween contest that we've had recently. The top 3 entries we're going to be reviewing. We're also going to be discussing the return of BZPower, which is kind of funny considering in our last podcast we were all like, oh no, it's not going to come back. And now look, it's back. Then Aiden is going to be taking us through a couple of contest rules that just need to be clarified. And then we're just wrapping up and announcing a new contest theme for the following month. Ooh! On to the Throne of Peace Out. There's a bit of confusion as to what's going on, because there's been a bit of a lull for a while. I think Mike is supposed to be versing Johan, but we haven't decided on a theme.
So we could do that right now.
We could indeed.
I thought someone came up with a theme in the thing.
They sort of did, but it wasn't a good one. It was like, remake your opponent's mock in your style.
Oh.
So, themes, guys, themes.
Hmm.
How about a party theme?
Yay!
Party mocks.
Woo! Clockwork!
Steampunk.
Steampunk. That'd be interesting.
Steampunk is...
I can do steampunk. Yeah, sure.
yeah, that's a good option, I think.
That's one option that we're considering, but if you guys in Peace Out have any other options you want to suggest them. Yeah.
So the interviewee of today will be Lewis Hammond.
Hello.
Also known as Louis in Peace Out. And we're going to ask him a few questions today. Lewis, are you ready?
I am ready.
Are you happy to be in the podcast?
I am very happy to be in the podcast.
Good. Very good.
Yes.
So tell me, how long have you been mocking?
Since about 2003, I entered a contest in the Lego magazine. It was the first creation I made. And ever since then I got kind of hooked on it. Yeah.
And what did you make for the contest?
I combined my 3 Rachi into this big Rachi type thing, and it didn't really win. It was build a Rahi, I think it was, and it was supposed to be some sort of bear creature, which didn't get the bear. It didn't get very far, but I got some Bionicle comics for entering, so I was quite happy with myself.
And where do you get your inspiration for mocking? Do you get it from real life? Do you get it from like deviant art, or?
I think most of the inspiration for what I build comes from the media, really, like movies and comic books and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do draw a lot of inspiration from Bionicle and Hero Factory themselves and other builders online, mainly on Flickr, Brickshelf.
So do you have any mockers that you look up to?
One I really look up to on Flickr, Primus. He was one of the first mockists I found on the internet. And I'm really impressed by all his stuff. It's a shame he blocked me on Flickr. But
You let him a bit too much, did you?
Yeah. And also one I don't know if you guys have heard of, called Zinnergen. I found him on Brickshelf, and he's also on Flickr. And he does quite see stuff. I'm not sure if he's on the internet anymore, but yeah.
I think I know who you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So Bionicle-wise, did you follow like the whole storyline, or are you just in it for the pieces, for the mocks?
I followed the story until it ended, pretty much. So yeah, all the way. It is a good thing. Although I don't use the Bionicle Story website. I haven't used that yet. I will. But I have followed the story, and I've pretty much bought all of the movies. But yeah, I do show an interest in the story.
And so, Bionicle-wise, what's your favorite set or your favorite piece? What would you like to use most?
Favourite set would probably have to be Takanuva, the original one. Because, I mean, it was the seventh tower, and he had a vehicle, which was awesome. So I love that set. In terms of my favourite piece, I'm going to have to go with the most important piece in the whole Bionicle building thing, and that's the single socket. Yeah, I just like it. It's
great piece.
It's simple, and it's kind of a little
Reviews and everything.
Yeah, it's kind of a little symbol for the Bionicle Hero Factory. Everything, sort of.
So, do you know any mockers in real life?
My friend Tom used to mock, but recently he's given it up for some reason.
Shame.
So now I know none, which is a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame that most people stop after like 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
So it's a kid's toy.
We know it's not, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
So, you think it's alright to still like Lego as an adult?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a hobby, and it's one I wish to support. So, it's
That's
all
a good answer. Good answer.
Thank you.
So, to close this interview, one last question. What's your favorite thing about Peace Out?
My favourite thing about Peace Out is that it's such a tight-knit little community. Like, it's not hundreds of people that you don't know. Everyone knows everyone in the group. It's quite personal, and you can talk to people in the group on a much more personal level.
Like this.
Yes, like
Yeah.
So it's just more friendly than hundreds of people that you don't know every so often commenting on your stuff. It's everyone knows you, so they know, what your interests are and everything. Yeah, and I like the name.
We have to thank Felix for that.
So is there anything you would like to say to the listeners, to the Peace Out members?
Keep building, everyone. You're all really talented, so carry on.
That's so cheesy.
It is.
In a good way.
It's good cheese. It's like vintage cheese.
Yeah. Blue cheese.
So not to get our subject, this was the member interview with Lewis.
Hello.
Hello.
Say goodbye. It's, yeah.
Little bit late, Lewis.
Goodbye, my love.
Just blame it on the lag. Blame it on the lag.
Okay.
Damn lag.
Oh, that lag. Oh, him.
Moving right along, this month's mock reviews are going to be mainly focused on our Halloween contest entries. In third place, we have Pestilence by Johan Dukic. I believe that's how you pronounce your name. If not, correct me. The structure of this mock is basically, well, it's obviously slender in some parts, but then it's almost skeletal in a way. I really like the approach that he's taken with this. It's really, not odd.
Really?
It's mumbled jumbled in a way.
The asymmetry works really well.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That's one thing I love in undead-looking mocks. Asymmetry.
It's like a robot zombie.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And the head really reflects that as well, because, it's got that one eye which sort of looks mechanical, but then it's
But
got...
also the spooky bits sticking out of it on the other side.
Yeah, that black tentacle part
Yeah.
Yes.
on the
That's
face.
amazingly. That just really finishes it.
I love the head
Right.
so much.
Yes.
For that.
Probably the head is probably the best part of it.
Well, I don't know.
And it doesn't.
I'd argue that the claw is, to be honest.
Yes, the claws are brilliant.
The dangling claw. That is just so damn
And
creepy.
that red wire, the red one, instead of all silver, that single red one is just amazing. The detail.
Yeah, I'd agree.
What it had.
It reminds me of one of those claw machines you see now.
Yeah. Toy Story. The claw!
Yeah.
It just dangles over your brain, but then fails to pick it up because grappling hooks suck.
But yeah, I like that it's not continuously skinny. It goes from skinny to bulky in quite a nice fashion, actually.
And not overly bulky either, remember?
No.
No, definitely not.
Now, the legs are a somewhat controversial part of it. I know some people really like the thinness and some people
I
don't.
like the leg. I know other people don't.
It's just his left arm that kind of bothers me. That one is just too thin compared to the hand, which is quite bulky.
Too simple,
And
if you ask me.
especially the upper arm. Could have used a little bit more bulk on it.
Definitely, yeah. Could also use a bit more white there or something. I reckon it would have looked good if you'd made that left arm like all white or something.
A bit more white, a bit more blue.
Yeah.
Also, the lower legs, the one closest to the camera in the picture I'm looking at is quite empty.
Yeah.
There should have been at least like just a little Technic piece in there to fill it in.
Yeah, I know some people have said they like that empty part, but then there are some...
Yeah, true.
I think it looks quite... Well, it's just like the left arm. There's nothing on that. That looks fine.
Yes.
And there...
I don't know, I myself am not too much of a fan of the thinness. Not the thinness, I mean, the emptiness. I mean, even a Borok eye would have worked perfectly there. Or anything.
Yeah, probably.
Torso was pretty nice. Rib cage.
That rib cage. Awesome.
Yes.
It took me a while to actually see that was a rib cage. Like, at first when I saw it, I just thought, oh yeah, cool torso. But then I looked at it a little bit more and was like, wow, awesome torso. So, yeah, big fan of that. And I know that Stars armor is quite overused a lot in some mocks, but it works well here with the rib cage because it has that sort of appearance. And the hunched over look as well. Like you notice that the torso isn't one solid bit. It looks like it's got a opposable waist as well.
I can imagine this character like stumbling around in a very zombie-like fashion because it's got a hunched back. It kind of enforces that.
Yeah, and slinging that table arm at random stuff.
Yeah, dragging it around or something.
I like how it's just floating above the ground, not hanging on it. The pose is just perfect.
In my opinion, this is actually one of the creepiest mocks I've seen in a while.
Yeah. It beats mine on the creepy factor, I think.
I do agree with you there.
It's definitely a good one.
It deserves to get third place.
Right, but... Whee!
So, back to the legs. They're probably the one part of the mock that I don't completely agree with. Especially that middle section. Like, you know how the leg goes forward, then backwards, then forwards again. I think that middle bit where it's going backwards. I don't know, the Borok eyes on the side look a bit awkward to me. You guys seeing it?
Yeah.
And also I noticed there's viscera, if you can call them this, feet on the side of the upper legs. Whereas in the side, you've got this Metru armour. It looks a bit uneven. Of course, that's because of posability-ish. But still...
I see what you mean there. Like, the Metru armour, it just looks too chunky for that part. It's too blockish.
Yeah.
If it could get something smoother, I'm not really sure what.
The Nika armour.
Perhaps even that Borok eye that's on its lower leg would have worked. I mean, instead of that.
Yeah.
I really like the feet. Simple, but they work fine. Very clawish and claws and stuff.
And they match his shoulders as well.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that.
There's white spikes poking off everywhere, and it's really good consistency, I think.
Everywhere.
Yeah, that's true, actually. I mean,
just everywhere. Fine.
I mean, that even complements his claws as well. So you see, they're quite spiky. And even his head's got white spikes on it, or teeth, whatever they are.
Thanks.
They're damn creepy, whatever they are. But yes, so overall, very good job, Johan. Alright, moving on to second place. We have Brendan's Slender Man. I assume that is what it's called, because Aiden couldn't get the name right.
Hells, yes.
I quite like it, even though I haven't seen a Slender Man concept before. Well, before I'd seen this one anyway.
Yeah, it's rather creepy, actually. Just the way it's hanging there, sort of suspended by those Hero Factory parts.
Limbs.
I like his slender limbs.
Yeah.
Yes, very long limbs.
They are very long.
Indeed.
They fitted the actual Slender Man character quite well.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the arms can actually bend at all, or the limbs can bend.
They look like
They can.
He has knees and elbows, from what I can see.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah.
I like the way he's actually done the waist, actually, like the hips, how he's attached them. It's not your average way of attaching it.
Very effective.
Yeah, I didn't notice it until I actually started looking at it.
I like the tie.
You like the
Yes,
what?
the tie, nice.
Yeah. Mainly because I have a tie like that.
I also like how the face is like anonymous. You can't see any
I do like that
facial expressions.
he's kept the skin tones sort of, to a minimum. He's just got the hands and the face showing beige.
Are the hands white or skin tone? I can't really tell.
I think they're skin tone because they look like droid parts.
They're very creepy, very spindly.
They are creepy, yeah.
He's used minifigure hands to give like claws on the nails. That's quite.
I'm also wondering how he did the feet. I can't seem to figure out how he actually attached those.
I know, they're technic parts, but I can see a ball there.
Yeah, there's a ball where there shouldn't be a ball.
Oh, wait, I think I see it.
That's an illegal connection.
That is an illegal connection. Uh-huh.
Disqualified.
Oh.
Nah, illegal connections are cool, man. Believe me.
Yeah.
Rubber bands.
Just for everyone who doesn't know, I have a hate to tires being used to just put over limbs and stuff. I just Mike was used all the time. Not sure, just to tempt me or because he likes it. But
Both reasons rock.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what to think about the darkness, the tentacles coming out of it.
Yeah, I
because
don't
they're
know.
a lot bigger than the actual limbs.
Yeah, I
Also,
don't know.
just, the dishes at the bottom of them, they're connected by grey elements.
Oh yes, but
that
that's
looks...
because they are in black, basically.
Well,
They are in black.
with white. Yeah.
I've got them in black.
There's black on
Oh wait, yeah, but then it has like
Black, white highlight.
silverish
Uh,
bits.
I guess.
I mean, the one at the bed, you don't even see the dark grey, so I think you just try to hide them from the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. I think it would have been better if he'd somehow made it so that you didn't need those little dish stands. Like, say, if those arms could lean against the
Like
wall.
more tentacles at the bottom and spread them out like toes or anything.
Yes, that would have been much better.
Yeah.
I mean, the main reason I'm not so keen on the Hero Factory limbs being used here is that they're way too blocky. You need something that's less blocky because the figure itself is really rigid.
Yeah.
So if you had some sort of tentacles coming out, like, dinosaur tails or something like that, I think that could have worked a lot better in this case.
You like your dinosaurs, don't you, Felix?
I love me dinosaurs. I think, actually, the reason that he's used Hero Factory limbs is because, they are arms in themselves. It's like he's being held up by loads of arms joined together.
Yes.
If you think of it that way, it's really creepy. Yeah.
Have you guys read the Slender Man creepypasta?
No, I haven't.
No.
Yeah, he's like this man with tentacles who takes people and kills them or something. Yeah,
Lovely.
nice.
Yeah.
Adorable.
Adorable. Yeah.
Definitely
The original
worthy of
Slender Man
second place.
was actually a contest on Something Awful.
Yeah.
What was it called? There was a contest to see. They were photoshopping Slender Man in a lot of pictures, and then they would post them on like these paranormal sites to make people believe it was real. And now it's like a whole cult surrounding it.
Huh.
Pretty derpy.
But yeah, well done, Brendan. Awesome work. Alright, Aiden, you're going to love this last one we're going to review.
Oh, really? Wait, which one is it? I don't know.
In first place, finally, we have Aiden Chan's Nightmare. And I'm sure he'll be happy to do his own review on this. So go ahead, Aiden. Start us off.
Oh, right, okay then. Well, he's supposed to be a kind of, more just a general spirit, just coming out of the ground. The glow blue would be a kind of creepiness factor because he glows in the dark, and that's all cool and Halloweeny.
Cool. Any points you don't like on this mock, Aiden?
Well, normally I would say articulation because he doesn't have much of that, but to be honest, he wasn't really designed to. Because my thinking was, if he's a spirit, he doesn't really have a physical body, therefore he technically shouldn't be able to move, or should he? I don't really know.
Is that your only point of not liking this?
Well, the only other one would be the instability for standing up, but that's been fixed now for the 2.0. I didn't have time to extend the grave since I went to Hong Kong, and you know what? But yeah, that big ire is now gone.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah.
quite enjoyed looking at this the first time, and every other time, but especially the first time, because it's something different, you know? The shape kind of caught me off guard, with all that curviness going up and everything. It actually had me confused as to what it was at first, I've got to be honest.
Yeah, that's why I had to post the bio, and that's why you had to read the bio, Felix.
Couldn't be bothered. Too long, didn't read.
Oh, actually, fine. How about this? Too long didn't read. Think Spiritomb. There you go. See,
I have a point to make.
Oh, really?
I like how
so dramatic.
the tombstone, well, whatever, the tomb, it looks mechanical. It looks like a machine's grave, almost as if it's been built out of the machine, and then the machine's spirit's coming out, something like that.
Well, it's hard to make something, non-mechanical looking with bionicle parts, but...
Lego Technic themes.
Ooh, burn!
Yeah, I also like the Witch Doctor helmet. That's quite a nice touch.
Yeah. I think that was what actually made me think there was some sort of figure crouching there.
I did as well, and the United also. That helped.
Yeah.
I got a number of comments on the DeviantArt thing. Well, who's that little yellow... Who's that little grey blocky dude? What's he doing? I'm like, read the fucking description! Yeah.
There's actually a comment on DeviantArt I'm reading now. What's the grey box-looking dude?
Exactly! People...
Well, I was thinking it, but I didn't ask.
People on DeviantArt are much more ignorant than you lot. Well, at least I thought so, Felix. Cough, cough, cough.
No, DeviantArt's awesome. I've got to say, it's much better than mock pages, which I despise. But, yeah.
Mock page.
Wait, back on topic again.
To the mock.
I like the little tentacles coming out of his head.
Yeah, it sort of look like antennae.
Next to the blue head, I forgot the name of the... I think it was. Gadunka tentacles. It's a nice thing.
Yeah, how you threaded the
connected
tentacles.
any other way? Just the tentacles.
Is it connected any other way?
No, never mind. I was wondering if it was connected just by the tentacles, but on the picture of the bed you see that it is connected by
I was wondering the same thing.
No.
That's by the...
It's connected to the body as well.
Like the right middle picture, you see that it has some pins slammed in.
I don't have a Gadunka head. What connections are there in that thing?
There are 4 axle holes pointing downwards.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's pretty
I used 2 of those, I think.
Oh, right, I see.
I don't have a Gadunka head either, so...
Like inside
yeah, missing out. It's the best glow blue piece ever.
I didn't like the set at all.
I want...
No, wait, that other set is way better. It's the shape of it, like being creepy and slim with their little teeth in it.
Well, that's why I
much
have
better than that big blocky shell or whatever it is.
About 2 or 3 people commented on DeviantArt saying that this would make a really cool dragon. Just
I agree.
It would, but how would you connect that to a dragon? Because it looks pretty hefty on its own. You'd have to build a pretty big dragon to go with that.
Yes.
Yeah, do it.
Maybe,
Aiden, do it.
a snake or something like that would be better.
Or,
So you basically just extend the spine and make it like curvy and stuff.
or just a tiny little body for a massive head.
And little arms and stuff.
Basically just a Tatanka, but then with this kind of head.
Yeah, which is 10 times cooler. Also wondering, where is the eye on this thing?
the eye is the, what do you call them again? Shadow Leech cage orange thingy.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
I think I can
inside
see
it.
it.
That spot.
Inside the head, yeah.
So the
Oh, I
tentacle
see.
sort of works as an eyebrow then?
Oh my god.
Sort of.
Suppose, yeah.
Wow.
The weird thing is that I don't think of it like eyebrows and whatnot. I just thought, ooh, tentacles, they're cool and creepy. Just think
I'm not too sure about the Rakshi head as the lower jaw.
Nora.
It looks a bit detached and out of place.
I like it.
I reckon if you'd use one of those glow-in-the-dark pieces under there, so it sort of had one on top and one on bottom as jaws.
I like how he's used the Shadow Matoran foot as fangs. That's quite cool.
Yes, yes.
Alright, I'm slowly getting the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried to keep a fairly consistent texture kind of thing, which is like fairly smooth but with small ridges. Like, you know, the Rakshi shell, the Shadow Matoran feet, the tentacles, all of them have a kind of textury, slight ridge It's not nothing. Nothing on him is sharp, apart from nothing is sharp.
I think that on the sides, that's where this mock kind of falls apart for me. Because
Is it?
yeah, because like as you said, most of it is very smooth, and then on the sides you got it quite chunky. When you stop looking at the actual tentacle, the rest of it is quite chunky, unfortunately. And sorry, Aiden. But no, that's probably the one part that sort of didn't earn you my vote.
Oh, disappointed. Oh well.
You shouldn't be disappointed. You won. So, win well deserved. So, Aiden's mock is going to be featured in my DeviantArt journal, and he'll get like famous and stuff for this. And not that he really needs much more fame, but whatever.
Still gets it.
All the fame which I got on DeviantArt was thanks to Robot Unicorn, and that was about it.
Well, basically, the next thing we will be discussing are the set reviews. We will probably be doing once the 4.0s or whatever they will be called are released. Basically, the idea is that either the admins or anyone will upload pictures with text which explains stuff about the set once you've got him as one of the first in the group. So we basically all know what to expect from a set and what are the good points of one and which set we should definitely not get. Or well, that's your own decision after all. But so we just basically help each other for the ones who can't afford to buy all sets they want, just to help them make the good decisions. That was basically the idea of the set reviews.
Next would just be going over a few test rules, which it was quite obvious how little we'd actually gone over these contest rules before, after the Halloween contest when all chaos broke loose. Essentially, if we ever have a contest where there are more than two competitors, which I don't think happened before the Halloween contest, correct me if I'm wrong. Essentially, you're not allowed to vote for more than one mock. Otherwise, all of your votes will be discounted.
Oh, right.
Yes, that is how it works. But remember that you can always remove a vote which you've already cast just by unticking the box. But people managed to get the hang of that eventually. The other thing, which people didn't really, realise, is that you can't reuse mocks that you've used previously or that you've built previously, as in that they weren't designed for this contest. The essential idea is that you're not allowed to just turn up and say, can I just enter this one which I made a while ago? No, you can't.
Yeah.
It's just randomly against new rules. So that is all from me.
Okay, so I know a number of us are active on the forum known as BZPower, which has been down for the past God knows how long. It seems like a millennium. But recently it's just perked back up, and I know a lot of people are happy about it, and a lot of people aren't so happy or not too impressed. I fall in the not too impressed category. I was very happy at first, but then I realised that no one really loved me there, and yeah.
Aww. You still let us finish.
Yeah, let me give you.
You guys are
Some
my
of
peace
us.
out family.
Some of us.
I know a lot of us here don't do the BZPower thing. Like Aiden, he's like anti-BZPower, and so is John-ish, I think. Yeah, so guys, pros and cons. What would you say?
That BGP is bad? Well, a pro is bad. Well, I'm not much of a forum myself, so I just basically stick with the news and go like, yeah, there's news and reviews, but yeah, that still continues.
So
I didn't miss anything at all.
But the news was still on even when the forums were offline.
The thing I did miss was the contests. I kind of missed those because the forums went down basically in the middle of a voting session.
Yeah, in Hero Factory.
A bit of disappointment.
Yeah.
But apart from that, no, I didn't miss anything at all. I wasn't quite popular as well.
I think the forums look a lot more presentable now than they used to.
They certainly
I
do.
know.
It
Before
looks
they were
suspiciously like Facebook.
Yeah, it's very clean and beveled and rounded. You know, it's a lot more user friendly. Before it was just squares.
It looks almost like their try-hard version of Peace Out.
Yeah.
You know.
They copied us. How dare they?
I know, right? It's conspiracy. Speaking of BZPower, you're all aware that there is a new BBC contest up and running, right?
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes, there is.
Witchcraft.
It's quite cool. The theme is actually to build a DC hero or villain.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Probably.
I'm considering entering.
You should totally do it.
If
And
I
anyone
can
else who's there. I probably will, if I get the time. But I don't really know many DC comic characters.
No, neither do I, but you can just Google them and page a tool on them.
I did Google, but there's like thousands of
They
pages
seem
of them.
to
Oh, and also on Flickr, do you guys happen to know the group Bionicle Without the Bionicle?
Yes.
Yes?
That sounds like an empty group, isn't it?
No, it basically means it's a place for Bionicle creations that have nothing to do with Bionicle or are not humanoid. You know, they're out of the norm.
Hmm.
So basically, there was a
Oh,
challenge there, which you probably saw a couple of us entered, like Lord Oblivion, Sparky, Christo. Sparky is Dylan. I keep calling him Sparky.
Yep.
Yeah, they all made tanks. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Oh, that one.
Yes,
I
that
see.
one.
The EMP tank.
Yeah, and it rightfully won. Dylan actually won that challenge. Funnily enough, those three were the only three that actually entered. So, kind of funny.
I liked the CMP tank. It was very nice.
So you liked it so much you did a
Very.
Photoshop of it?
Actually, a pink.net version, no Photoshop, but yeah.
Oh, same difference.
Same difference.
It's basically, yeah. Cool stuff. We all like BZP in a little bit. Maybe. I regret to inform you all that we have to go. It's getting late for me, and this podcast is dragging on for way too long, and you're probably not even listening to this part if you've already dropped out. So, like last week, where we announced the Halloween challenge, we have a new challenge for you, which is going to last a month until the next podcast. The theme for this challenge is to create a revamp of any Hero Factory set. So anyway, this contest will be finishing on the 1st December,
Yay.
and the next podcast will be held on the 3rd of December. So that leaves you guys about, I don't know, 2 days-ish to vote.
It should be fun.
Yeah, and it shall be cool and awesome. So, I'm Felix.
I'm Rob.
I'm Mike.
I'm Aiden.
I'm Lewis.
And we'll see you next time on the Peace Out podcast. Sampai nanti.
Tot ziens allemaal.
Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen.
再见.
Bye.
God damn it! My back hurts!
You shouldn't have sent them those pictures, Lewis. You shouldn't have.
What pictures?
There's some hot milkmen. There's no need to peel down.
Sam Milkmen.
Get your feet off the ground.
Sam Milkmen.
Cause you're in a new town. There's no milk
to be
delivered.
Okay, guys.
M-I-L-K.
Oh.
Stop using your DS.